The NFL season is fast approaching, and many camps are starting soon or have already started. From New England, the Patriots are looking towards the future by dipping into the past, signing head coach Mike Vrabel. You may remember him as the battering ram for the Belichick defense and a proficient touchdown catcher. Will Drake May take the sophomore leap or the sophomore slump in year 2? Will the defense return to the Patriot way? Find out on Hill Time Sports. Another year. Another former Patriot linebacker takes the helm as head coach. After a 3-14 record in 2024, the Patriots ousted Jerron Mayo and signed Mike Vrabel, the former third-round pick and All-Pro of the New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Kansas City Chiefs linebacking core. 700-plus tackles, 19 forced fumbles, and a buttload of touchdowns for a linebacker, including a touchdown in Super Bowl 39 against my Philadelphia Eagles. Vrabel brings grit. He brings intensity. He was a former coach of the Tennessee Titans, and in my opinion, would still be the coach of the Tennessee Titans if it wasn't for inept GM moves, bad quarterback play, and just an unwillingness to win from the organization. If Vrabel knows anything, he knows all about the Patriot way. He knows all about what it takes to be a winner, reaching the AFC Championship with the Tennessee Titans and winning 3 Super Bowls. In 2024, Drake May started 13 games, threw for 2,276 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions with a 66.6 completion percentage. Behind a dismal offensive line who allowed 34 sacks, 3 of those were only allowed by May himself. He showed flashes of brilliance and consistent inconsistency all throughout 2024, and this year he needs to make that leap. He needs to show that he can be consistent, a great leader, and work with a supporting cast that is less than stellar. I think he can do both, but we'll see what happens in 2025. They did draft some help along the offensive line with Will Campbell from Michigan, tackle. He's going to provide some much needed help along the front lines to make sure Drake May, if he's their franchise quarterback, stays upright and off the bench with injuries. Speaking of the New England Patriots offense, were they stuck in the mud, ranking near the bottom of almost every statistical category, including points with 17. That's 30th in the league. Yards per game, 292 even, 31st in the league. They did do well rushing the ball with 115.8 yards per game, led by Ramondre Stevenson, who had 801 yards in 15 games. How many touchdowns? 7 touchdowns, 3.9 yards per carry, which is not ideal in my opinion. I like the 4 yards per carry there, but did have 7 fumbles and cost them a lot of possessions, cost them points. He's going to need to clean that up, and they also drafted Trevion Henderson, who will help by splitting carries with Ramondre. Overall, in the passing yards per game, 176.2, 32nd in the league. Hunter Henry was their leading receiver, 66 receptions, 674 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 97 targets and 0 fumbles. Demario Douglas led the team with receiving touchdowns with 3. I think Stephon Diggs, they're signing Stephon Diggs in free agency from the Houston Texans will help out a lot. It's going to provide a number 1 target, hopefully, and also get Demario Douglas more receptions and less coverages. Also, they did rehire Josh McDaniels, who in my opinion is a great offensive coordinator, but not meant to be a head coach in the National Football League. I think their offense will improve this year. We'll see what happens. Let's move on to the defense. The defense, once the lifeblood of the early Patriots dynasty, is now deteriorated, a shell of their former self, ranking in the bottom half in most statistical categories, including points per game with 24.5, 21st in the league. Yards per game, 342.9, 21st in the league also. And you see me looking over there, it's because I got my handy dandy notes, and yeah, I like having them. Rush yards per game, 131.4, 22nd in the league. But you guys did stop the teams in the passing game with 211.5. That's good for 12th. But I don't think teams were passing the ball much when they already had a lead. Also, a negative turnover differential will most likely not be great for any defense because then you get a shorter field. You have to defend that, and then they'll score. They're more likely to score when you turn over. Obviously, I'm just spouting off nonsense. But don't worry. I think Mike Vrabel is going to bring that accountability, no-nonsense, intensity, attitude to help you guys get back to where you guys were when you guys had Tom Brady and Belichick. Key contributors in 2024, Keon White and Dietrich Wise both had 5 sacks. That's 10 sacks right there. Jelani Tavai, 115 combined tackles with 58 solo. Christian Gonzalez, 2 interceptions. And Marte Mapu, 3 forced fumbles. Now, do I think that they're going to be a great defense in the upcoming year? I don't know. Don't worry, the Patriots did stack up on defense in the offseason. I mean, free agency was huge for them. Milton Williams signs with the Patriots after Devon Godchaux signs with the Saints. A former first-round pick, K'Lavon Chaisson, who's on the upside of his career, supposedly, signed also. Then you have Kyrus Tonga, who signed, Carlton Davis, who signed, and Robert Spillane, who signed with the Patriots. And hopefully, the defense can finally get back to where they once were. But now that you have signed these defensive players, you addressed the offensive tackle in the draft and other key areas. What does that mean for the culture? Mike Vrabel, like I've said many times, brings a no-nonsense accountability and intensity to that locker room. Can Drake May step up, buy in, and help the other guys as the quarterback, as the leader of the offense, to buy in and get to where they need to go in the next couple seasons? Can the defense buy into what Vrabel is saying and become what they used to be? A hard-nosed, blue-collar defense that people love to hate or love to cheer, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. I think that the culture is going to go back kind of to what the Patriot way was with Belichick, because he's from that coaching tree. But I think that there will be some differences in the dynamics. I don't know what that is. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks or into the season, next season. And I really like a lot of these moves that the Patriots made. I think that they are going to do pretty well. We'll get into that in a bit. But right now we have Tony's takes. Take it away, boy. It's time for your hot takes.
Let me tell you. I know it's a hot take. I know you guys are going to hate me. He's not that good. Obviously, he's old. Mark my words. Really? And now we have the New England Patriots. You've had the best NFL drafted on the NFL. And I'm not even a Patriots fan. They drafted going to be an all-pro tackle in Will Campbell. He's going to be the best tackle. Him and Joe Walt are going to be the best offensive tackles for the next 10, 15 years. Mark my words. Will Campbell has the character. He has the tenacity. He's willing to die on that field to protect Drake May. He said after the draft, they drafted really good players. I project them to be, I think they're going to be in the second division behind Buffalo next year. Watch. They're going to be really good. They have a great coach in Mike Vrabel, who I thought the Titans should never have fired. They're going to be a great team. Let me know in the comments what you think.
I mean, I've got to agree with my brother. I think the Patriots are due to be a better team in 2025, and I think their schedule allows for that next season. They got Buffalo twice, Miami twice, New York Jets twice. Obviously, those are the division opponents. You got the lowly Browns, You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Vegas Raiders, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers. So they're playing against the NFC South, which is, in my opinion, one of the weaker divisions in the NFC. New York Giants, that's an easy game for them. Baltimore Ravens, tough matchup. Cincinnati Bengals, we'll see what they're like this season with their defense. I don't know what they're going to be. Tennessee Titans, obviously, they were the first number 1 overall pick. So we'll see what that matchup's like. Maybe Cam Ward's going to be a lot better than we think. New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The schedule has not come out, so we will have to move on from that. We're not going to have that. I think they have a relatively easy schedule. .429 strength of schedule, is ranked 30th in the league. And hold on. The Patriots are set to play one of the easiest schedule in the league, one of the easier schedules in the league. I think they could go from last in the AFC East all the way to maybe second. I think Miami is in a make-or-break year, and I don't think Tua can hold up. I think that the way they play is not a cold-friendly way to play. They don't have the leadership. They got players that want to leave. You got the Jets, who are the Jets. We'll get to them later. They're actually higher than the Patriots this year, but yeah, they're still a bad franchise. You got the Buffalo Bills, who are obviously the favorites to win the division. Do I think they're going to win the division? The Patriots are going to win the division? Obviously not. I don't think they have what it takes this year. Maybe down the road they'll compete when Josh Allen isn't in the picture anymore. I'm not sure where things are going to go. But I am optimistic that they will improve this season and maybe even make the playoffs if Drake May takes that leap. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. This has been Hill Time Sports. It's time to sign off.